Hey cutie, so this is like the first basic twerk move. So this is what you do.
So yeah, I mean, we had a falling out and we went on tour. We were not ready to go on tour. We were told going on tour would be good because then we would make money.
Hey, you can't be in this channel unless if you sign a contract to be in my management where I get a certain amount of money from you every month.
But Mr. Snaky Snake wasn't about that. Mr. Snaky Snake did not give a shit about whether or not I was meeting you guys. Mr. Snaky Snake gave a shit about how much money he was making off of me.
And we actually suggested to Bryan on numerous occasions, why don't you just step down from the channel and manage us? You'd be a good manager, man. You just gotta do one or the other. And he said no. He wanted to be famous and he wanted the money.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. I guess it's kind of weird, but he didn't hang out with them. I would go over there and he'd always be in his room. He never really talked to anyone unless it was about money, views, business, MDE, whatever. He just used these people to make money off of them. They weren't friends to him. They never were friends to him, and I was never a friend to him.
I know that all of us put our heart into MDE, and for one person to use us for views and money or...
None of these guys wanted to be touring, except Bryan. Bryan wanted to be touring because I'm sure he wanted money. I feel like that's what it comes down to. It comes down to money.
Is Bryan, you have a heart, but you're thinking in the wrong place. You're thinking about money, man. You have enough money. Stop thinking about money.
There is this guy called Austin Jones, and I don't know if you know, but he was caught. Well, I kind of caught him. So I found out he has been asking young girls for like twerking videos and different videos, and he admitted that he would ask for these videos when he was horny.
I'm horny like all the time. If we just keep talking, I'm probably gonna ask for videos on like a daily basis.
So he'd pretty much get off to young girls, like underage girls too, like twerking and doing these weird things. They were like legal because they weren't getting naked, but it was like a fetish. Like he would actually like, you know, to them. So I was bothered by this because, oh god, I'm just saying this all out of order and I'm so sorry. Basically, there was a YouTuber program on Warped Tour. I did it in 2014 with Bryan and a few of my other friends, and then the next year, Kevin went to Bryan and was like, hey, send me a list of people that you want to be on Warped Tour. Well, if you guys don't know, once MDE started, Bryan was just like, ching, 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 I can make money off all these kids. I'm gonna use these kids to build my own career, and that's all MDE was. And I saw through that, and Bryan told me he wanted to be a vlogger, and he wanted to have fangirls, and blah, blah, blah. And this was like his way of doing it. If he built a collab channel and had all these kids with like the look, and like he was really all about the appearance, and when he would talk about people, he's like, oh, they look like this, they're like the next Christopher Drew, or she has like the scene vibe, she's like the scene queen. Like he would always talk about people's image, and like the image sells, is like sex sell, like all that shit. So once MDE kept growing, he started to force people into a contract, and these friends were not really friends, they became Bryan's clients. So everyone was like forced into a contract if they wanted to be an MDE. I think there was only like 1 or 2 members that weren't in a contract, and eventually they did get forced to sign. So yeah, he started a management company, but in this management company, all he did was take 20% of everyone's income, but he did nothing for them. I could tell you very well that I had to help them do things that Bryan should have done as a manager. Like I would have to go with Johnny to the post office and get him to send the merch back to their merch company, and I'm like, Bryan should be doing this. Bryan is your manager. He takes 20% of your money. Why is he sending this 17-year-old kid down to the post office who doesn't know how to do this stuff? Like, Bryan, you should be doing this, man. Like, Bryan didn't really care about management. He didn't really care about helping people. He just wanted to make money, and that's all Bryan cares about. And that's what the thing that bothers me the most is like, this person doesn't care about anyone but himself. And that was, I knew it, like everyone would tell me and I knew it, but I just wanted to see the best in him, and that's my problem with everyone. Like, I could tell you so many stories. I give so many people chances. I just want to see good in people, and I just believe that people have it in them to be a good person, but it's gotten to the point, it's not just me he's messed with, it's so many people, so I have to sit here and I want to clear it up and like bring attention to this. It's like, if it was just me, it'd be like, whatever, I can deal with it, yo, but like, dude, he's messed with innocent kids, and it's not fair. Like, it's not fair at all. Sorry, I'm rambling a lot, and if this is not making sense, I'm sorry. But Bryan owned this management company called Talent Shop. Austin Jones was one of Bryan's clients. He sent in a list to Warped Tour of people he thought would fit the Warped Tour YouTubers program. All these people, by the way, were clients of Bryan. I even emailed to Kevin because I thought that was really, I thought he was taking advantage. You know what I mean? It's like Kevin looked at Bryan and was like, oh, this guy knows what's up. He knows what's going on. Like, he has my best interest in mind. And then Bryan sent him a list of people that he would make money off of. He didn't give him YouTubers that would help Warped Tour. He gave him a list of YouTubers that would help himself. And he knew that I helped. I actually am like in so many videos with Bryan, and I'm always the thumbnail. So that's the only reason why I even was like recommended, because he was like, oh, well, that would help the content. I have to get content out. And he even told me, he's like, oh, the videos with you are so funny, blah, blah, blah. I didn't benefit him money-wise, but I did because I was in so many videos and I was like the entertainment. I was like the talent of his videos. I was the only person on the Warped YouTubers program that was actually not signed from Bryan, and that did not give Bryan 20% of my income. Thank God. And one of the people was Austin Jones, and I called out Austin Jones because I thought what he was doing was really wrong. I don't think it's okay to ask little girls for videos of them shaking their ass. I have a younger sister. If he ever did that, I'd be so, oh my God, I'd be so, but I was equally livid that he was other underage girls. I kind of just looked at all these people like they were my sister. I put it in perspective like that, and I was like, that's not okay. So I went on Twitter and I went crazy, and I'm sorry, but I'm actually not sorry because, dude, that's not cool. Well, I actually found out Bryan already knew. Bryan knew that Austin was doing this, but he didn't want to lose out on making money on Austin on the tour, because we were already announced as YouTubers on the tour. He told me that Austin has like really good merch and sells a lot of merch. So he knew if Austin Jones was on Warped Tour, he'd make a lot of money off Austin, so he was going to keep it low-key, and not let anyone know that he knew this, just so he could benefit himself. That's how much he cares about money. He will literally support someone who's like taking advantage of young girls for their own sexual gain just because he wants money. Like, he'll let that slide. That's not okay. I was actually taken off of Warped Tour along with Austin Jones, and I just thought it was so unfair. I was like, I'm getting treated like the monster. I was actually getting treated worse than Austin Jones was getting treated. They were like saying I was gonna get put in jail for like slandering someone, blah, 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 and like harassment and stuff. And I'm like, dude, this guy asked underage girls for videos constantly and would say he would do it because he was horny and it would get him off. Like, why are you not putting the focus on this creep? Why is the focus being put on me? I was just so upset because I was like, people are expecting me to be here, and now I got kicked off. So I had to go drive to the office and beg to be put back on, and finally I was put back on. And I was just treated so weirdly, and I'm over that situation. But what bothers me the most is that Bryan knew about this, and he was gonna keep it low key just because he wanted to make money.
Hey, what's up you guys? It's BryanStars, and I have a really, really big announcement. As you guys know, last year, Warped Tour created something called the Warped YouTube program, which basically meant that they brought 5 YouTubers out on Warped Tour. They'd never done it before. We had never done anything like this before as YouTubers, and it was crazy. You guys loved it. The lines were crazy at the tent, and for me, it was one of the best experiences of my whole life. And I vlogged every day. I met you guys every day. I got to interview so many bands, and it was just the best summer of my life. Well, I have great news. The Warped YouTube program is back, and I'm going to be back this summer with Johnny Gilbert, D Fizzy, Jordan Sweeto, and Austin Jones. Well, this summer we are back. We're back with a bigger tent. We're back with more videos. We're back with Damon and his craziness. It's just going to be an awesome, awesome summer, and I want you guys to be a part of it. So, if you want to get tickets, go to bandswarpedtour.com. The tour starts on June 17th and goes through August 8th. And if you want to see if we're coming to a city near you, go to bandswarpedtour.com to get tickets. I'm so excited to do this again and to vlog every day and show you guys what we're doing on Warped Tour. And it's just going to be so much fun. I love you guys. See you this summer on the road, and it should be awesome.